Hello, today I'm going to show you how to make a pop-up card using the template that you can download from Craftworld. So I have downloaded the template and it fills an A4 piece of paper. I have used the video tutorial that is also on Craftworld on teaching you how to use templates and how to cut them out and score them and everything. So I've gone ahead and I've already cut out and scored my template. Now I'm just going to take the template away and I can use this again. So I'll pop that to the side. Now I have cut 2 of the bars that are included with this template as well. So I've got my main base and 2 crossbars here. There's 1 crossbar on the template here at the top, but you can cut as many of these as you wish. I would say always go for 2, maybe 3, but you'll see why in a little while. Now, I have opted to go for a cardstock that is a solid core cardstock and it's double-sided, so it's got the same colour on both sides. The reason being, for this pop-up card, you're going to be able to see both sides. That's fine if you're happy with the white on the reverse, but I would definitely recommend go for a colour if you can. It just makes everything look much neater. So all we're going to do to create this card base is use some wet glue or some double-sided tape. Now that's entirely up to you. I'm going to use double-sided tape just because it's much quicker than having to hold a piece of some wet glue to set. So put that to the side. Now we're going to score along each of the score lines that we've created. We've got the tab on one side. Now this is going to be the base. The edge with the tab on is the bottom half, so just bear that in mind. So we've just scored along all of those so that the card will wrap round into each other into a box shape, and I'm going to do the same with that tab as well. Now as you can see, because I've scored these lines, I haven't needed to use a bone folder to secure these, but you can of course strengthen these folds if you want to and make them a little bit sharper. Now you'll notice as well you have score lines on 3 of the panels but not the 4th one. This is because the 4th one is going to be your back panel, so that will remain standing up. So just fold back each of these 4 panels. Now it's not the end of the world if you accidentally fold these the other way. That can be remedied later, it's fine, we'll just fold them back again. But if you remember, keep your back panel to the left hand side. Well, it depends which way you're working actually, because this can be work either way, but just fold your panels away from what will be the inside of the card. Now we're just going to bend this inwards and we're going to apply some glue or tape to the tab there and then secure those together. So I'm just going to put my tape down on here. Now this is a textured cardstock. And all this means is that I am now going to bring my bone folder in, and this is just a little tip for you. If you've got a textured cardstock, you can sometimes put tape on, and because it's not gripping the entire surface of the cardstock because of those lumps and bumps, you can sometimes find it peels off easily. So if you've got a textured cardstock, just burnish that down with something like a bone folder tool. Lift your backing paper up and that should be much stronger grip there. Again, another tip for you, if you fold both ends of your card base into the centre, so the tab goes into the centre and the last one, let me just lift those up for you so you can see, the last tab goes into the centre, that will be the perfect distance there. And again, I'm going to burnish that just to catch that sticky really well. Now if you open, as you can see, your card is now a box and you've got 3 panels that will all fold down with 1 remaining. So this is the start of your box. So essentially what can happen is you can fold this flat. Now whether you fold it flat with the flaps up or down, it's entirely up to you when you create your card base, but that is flat to go into an envelope. So what we're going to do now is add in our bars, our crossbars, and these are going to allow you to add elements in here that can also fold flat and open up. So it's really simple to work with these. What I like to do is Z fold them. So I'm going to fold one of the score lines forwards and one of the score lines backwards, like so. Now if you hold it like this, let's hold it above our box. So you see the width is perfect for the width of your box, and that Z fold will sit with each of the tabs sitting against the sides of the box. So just holding it like this, what you want to do is apply some tape or adhesive, some sort of glue to the edge of each of the tabs that's going to sit on the side of the box. So it will be the front on one and the reverse on the other. So it's always best if you actually hold it and maybe mark whereabouts you're going to need your glue. It's very easy to accidentally put the glue on the same side of the cardstock on both. So just peeling this off. Now this is where it can get a little bit tricky, but I found the easiest way to do this is just to pop into your base just one end. Don't worry about the other end. In fact, you can even leave the backing tape on that for the time being. I'm just going to pop inside here one side of the bar and secure that really well. Okay, so that one's there. Now this is all hanging loose. So we want to know exactly where to put this to make it a perfect angle. So all we need to do now is fold flat your card base, okay? And as we fold that flat, if I just hold that up for you, you can hopefully see, we're going to fold this flat. We'll allow the glue to catch on to the tab wherever it wants to, and as we open that up, there we go, we've got our perfect right angle. Let's do all of that once more. So I'm going to do this with the second bar, and as you can see, you could actually fit 3 or even 4 bars in here if you cut these tabs a little bit shorter. So let's just Z fold this again. Now I'm going to do it in the opposite direction just to show you, you don't have to do it the same way each time. It doesn't matter which way this Z fold goes, okay? And I'm going to apply my tape. So just holding it over my box, make sure I know which sides my tape's going on, and add that. Just a little bit of double-sided tape is plenty. You could use red liner tape, you could use wet glue, and hold it just for a moment. Paper clips are handy for this. Or you could even use a hot glue if you're really careful, but I wouldn't recommend having any big lumps of hot glue there, because they will obviously make the measurements slightly off if you've got lots of dimension. So again, I've got my Z fold, I'm going to pop it in. Let's pop it in the other side first, just to show you the difference. Let's secure this side here first of all, and let's put that there. Okay, so I'm happy with where this side is, and this side still isn't secured yet. So to secure that side, what I'm going to do is lay this flat. Okay, flatten my box, straighten out the bar, flatten the box, squeeze at the corner, and there we go. That's just caught onto our bar. So as you can see now, our entire card will fold flat and it will pop up. So we can now put elements in there to also fold flat and pop up. Now I'm going to be decorating my card base with some pattern paper. I've chosen some pattern paper from my own textures range here. So this is from the Floral Script collection, and I've already cut these to size. So I've just measured each of the panels and cut those, and I'm just going to add those in with a wet glue. So now we need to add some embellishment that will actually pop up as such. I've taken again from my Floral Script collection, I've just taken some of the die cut flowers from one of the pattern papers. So these are all cut out already, and I can now start placing these. So I'm going to adhere them just to the very top of each of the bars, so the rest of the element is all sticking up. Now a tip here for you is if you're going to overlap things, so as in if an element is going to come past the edge of the base, either way, only do it in one direction, because you're either going to fold your base to the left or to the right, or to the right or to the left. So you only want to have your elements overhanging one way, depending on which way you're going to fold it flat. If you have them overhanging both ways, you need your envelope to then be large enough to accommodate for the overhang on the card base side, which would be flush otherwise. Okay, so just bear in mind you want your elements overhanging in this space when you fold it flat. Okay, so I'm going to just keep most of mine inside that area as much as possible. I'm just going to apply a little tiny piece of glue just to the base of my embellishment, and I'm going to adhere that. I'm going to go a little bit over to the right there and put the largest embellishments as well at the back. Now I'm using a wet glue here, just because I find it a little bit stronger than a tape, but also I've got a little bit of wiggle room. So if I'm placing something and I think that's not quite right, I can still move it around for a moment or two. So again, a little bit of tape on here, and I'm working on the back panel first, and then I'll go forwards and work on the front panel across here next. So just applying a little bit of glue to the base there. There we go. So we've got quite a full area already, and like I say, I think this floral is going to go onto this panel here as a little embellishment there, just to tie everything in. There we go. So now what we can do is we can fold everything completely flat. And as you can see, we've got a little overhang at the top, so we just need to make our envelope a little bit larger. But once you lift this up, as you can see, you've got that beautiful pop-up. We can put a message, we could put a sentiment in here, we could put a sentiment here. We could then put also a message on the back if we want to. But that's essentially how you create a pop-up box using the template from Craft World.